We've concluded the 2024 MLB season, and we're right into free agency. And so today, I'm going to be giving you my 2025 free agent prediction. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Let's get into the video. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to be going through each team. I'm going to be telling you what free agents I think they're picking up. We'll go in alphabetical order. So starting with the Arizona Diamondbacks. They had a big offseason last year. I think this is a team that just needs to build on themselves a little bit and they're right back in contention. Max Scherzer, kind of a homecoming. It's a little bit of a throw in the wild. They could do it. Kenley Jansen back into the bullpen. Someone to be there with Sewald and stuff. Pete Alonso, because I don't think they're going to retain Christian Walker. I think Pete Alonso might be a little cheaper, weirdly enough. And then DeYoung, because I think that they need a little bit of competition with Perdomo because he's just not very good. And DeYoung actually had a pretty strong second half with the Royals. To the Braves, I think that they're going to make a shortstop upgrade, shortstop second base. I know Iglesias is more of a second baseman. I think that they pick him up, though. I think Iglesias is a good fit. He's kind of the type of guy that they need. So he's going to put the bat on the ball as well. And I think they're going to take a couple shots on a couple of starting pitchers. Patrick Corbin, Michael Lorenzen. Lorenzen, who actually had a really strong year last year. Corbin, who we know has just been horrible ever since he got his contract. But just like Sale, feels like the kind of guy that they could probably turn around. The Orioles, I think they retain Corbin Burns because I think that they realize that he's important to them. It's probably going to be an overpay. I just watched a video on how he's probably going to be overpaid for because he's just not really an ace anymore. Montas, to take a flyer on him, he just denied a $20 million mutual option. I don't know how much money he thinks he's going to get. Maybe he wants more years. We'll see. Then Teoscar, I think that's their big piece they're going to go for. It feels like they're kind of one star away. Like in the playoffs, they need someone who's just going to do it. Teoscar's kind of that guy. Kind of feels like a nice piece. I don't see the Red Sox trying to do a whole lot this year. I just really don't. I don't know. Morton, Hendricks, a couple of old starting pitchers that if they're good, great. If they're not, then oh well, you probably spent not much on them. Then Canna to fill up some outfield spots. I don't know. Outfield's relatively full, like Wiley or Abreu, and then Jarren Duran. Canna can play first base too. I just don't see this team making many moves, like probably just depth pieces. I think that they're waiting for guys like Kyle Teal to get up, Blaze Jordan, people like that. Now the Cubs, I think that they have like a semi-big offseason in front of them because I think that they can compete. They've got guys in their prime now. Like this is the time they need to go. Bring back Glaber. That'd be kind of a funny story. It's just that they'd probably be dealing away a Nico Horn or something like that. Flaherty, I think, is the piece that I really like. Like it's a really good fit. They need a starter. I think Flaherty gets 4 or 5 years. Chicago feels like a place he could thrive. And then don't mind I had Kenley Jansen there because he already is going to the Diamondbacks. The White Sox, it's going to be depth pieces, and it's going to be a few pieces who they can maybe trade away. Stripling, Bader, Cobb kind of feel like pieces they can pick up, and then they feel as though they can trade away if they're good at the deadline. We know this team's nowhere close to competing. They still have no farm. Oh well. I think the Reds are going to try to go out and get a couple of lineup guys like a Verdugo. They need an outfielders. I kind of like Santander to go there, but I don't know if they're going to give out the money. So Verdugo, JD Martinez to be a DH for them. Lance Lynn to fill up a rotation spot, and then D-Rob back into the bullpen. Now, this is obviously not all the free agency teams are going to be getting. Like, I can name a few free agents I didn't write down in this. Profar, who I think we'll get to him when we get there. But this is not all the free agents. This is just like the first, I don't know, 100 or so I saw on Spot Track. I also don't see the Guardians doing much because they just never do. You got to show me you can do something or else I'm never going to believe you're going to do anything. Miguel Rojas to fill up a shortstop spot. Like, he was better offensively this year, especially than Rocchio would be. They're going to sign back Bieber. He's coming off TJ. Bieber was in for a decent payday if he got to free agency healthy, but he didn't, obviously. Then Kyle Farmer, another shortstop, another infielder who can probably do something for them. And the Rockies pick up a couple of starters. That's what they do every single year. Trevor Williams, James Paxton. If they're good, they'll trade them away. It's another one of those teams. Feels like a really pivotal offseason for the Tigers. It's either they're going to go or they're not. They're just in the ALDS. Feels like it's time to build on what they had. Ha-Seong Kim, I think he's a great fit there. He can play anywhere in the infield, really. They need someone like that, above league average hitter. Carlos Estevez to be in the back end of that bullpen. I don't know if they try to stretch out Jackson Jobe. I would assume so. He's a pretty touted prospect. Goldschmidt, he can rotate first base DH with Torkelson, who had a nice end to his last year. And Kyle Gibson, another depth rotation piece. I mean, theoretically, they could be right back to where they want to be again if they make those moves, have a nice deadline. I don't think the Astros are going to get back Bregman, so I think they pivot. Christian Walker feels like a really nice fit for them. I know Abreu did as well, but obviously that didn't go so well. Walker's a better fit. He's younger as well. I think they just take a shot on Yoan Moncada. His club option was just denied, I know. Obviously, White Sox were doing nothing. I think Martinez to be another rotation piece. I think the Royals are the team that goes out and gets Santander. It feels like a really good fit. They need another guy to build on. They made it to the DS as well. They obviously were missing some kind of legitimate postseason hitter. I don't know if Santander is that, but he's definitely better than what you have there. Like, he probably replaces like a Melendez or something like that. Or Melendez just becomes solely a bench bat, which is fine. Heaney would be a nice get in the starting rotation. They did sign back Michael Wacha a couple days ago, so they're not gonna have to worry about that. But Heaney would be a nice get. Margot, depth outfielder or whatever. Oh yeah, the Angels who made that trade. Smiley, Wade Miley. Didn't realize that one. Max Kepler, I love Max Kepler. I know he had a bad year this past year. He just feels like an angel. I don't even know how else to put it. He just feels like an angel. And a couple of like stereotypical, like really common picks for the Dodgers, Adames and Fried. I don't know. It just feels like they've been destined to go there for forever. Even though they won the World Series, I think they add on to it, dude. They've got an opportunity to win a lot. Dynasty type. Willie's right in his prime. Fried is going to be cheaper than we thought he'd be. They probably pay the little extra for him too. Then Presley just be a back into the bullpen guy, because I don't know if they retain Trinan. I think the Marlins just go get a couple of guys who, yeah, they'll be good. They'll probably give them 1 year high money deals and try to trade them away at the deadline. Peterson, Kikuchi. Peterson had a really good year last year, so this one might not happen. It just feels like the fit might be there. Kikuchi, he might get a longer term deal. I don't know. Feels like a couple of guys they could get. I don't see the Brewers doing much. A couple of infielders, Rosario and Urshela. Rhys Hoskins opted into his player option, so he's still there. I really don't know. I don't see this team doing much ever. Maybe a trade. They're probably going to trade away pieces. Same with the Twins. The Twins did nothing last year. Why would they do anything this year? Sure, Duvall's a nice piece. Casey Mize. Spencer Turnbull had a really good year when he was healthy last year. Take a flyer on a couple of guys. I don't know. The Mets. Yeah, they're going to do a lot. Some of it's just going to be re-signing guys. Manaea, Severino, Winker. Those are 3 re-signs. Bringing Michael Conforto home just feels like the most, of course, deal of all time. Bringing d'Arnaud back, his club option was just denied, which made 0 sense. Why would they do that? I like Bregman to go to them, and then they're going to slide Vientos to first base. His glove plays way better there. Yeah, this feels like their offseason. I don't think they get Juan Soto. I'll tell you who will. But yeah, this feels like one that they could build on. This probably makes them back to a World Series contender, which is weird to say because I would never have said that last year. And the Yankees making a couple of moves as well. Garrett Cole, we know he opted out and then decided, no, I'm not going to opt out. I don't know, that was weird. Tyler O'Neill to play left field. Need someone to replace like a Verdugo type unless they re-sign Soto, which I don't think is going to happen. My dude Jorge Polanco, my fault, boys. Depth infielder, Santana, maybe could play a little first base. He's a Gold Glover. He has been a really solid player like the last few years. He's kind of gotten back to a certain point. And I think that their big new ticket item, Blake Snell. I think they add to the rotation. I mean, they're going to have a rotation of just big free agent contracts, but oh well. The A's, you just really never know what to say about teams like this, but Jace Peterson, Colin Ray, I don't know. This is why I have getting Juan Soto, and it's not just because like I'm a fan, but I have like reason behind this. There have been some really big quotes from the owner and how they're saying that they will do anything to go out and get the World Series, and we know that. The dude had a huge payroll and then decided to give $300 million to Trey Turner. Juan Soto's going to cost a lot more, probably double that, probably more than double that. I don't care. Like, he is worth so much more. He doubles the window. Hoffman, a re-sign for them. Buehler, they'll take a flyer on. Probably a 1-year deal. Tommy Edman, I think Tommy Edman's destined to be a Philly. They might start moving Trey Turner into the outfield. It's going to be weird because I think they trade like one of Marsh or Castellanos, and they need a guy like Edman who could just put the bat on the ball. That feels like World Series if they can do that. I never have the Pirates doing much. Tony Riz, I guess, is a nice piece. Get back Hedges. They've been trading him with Matt Boyd to be a starter in the rotation as well. And our team, you just never really know what to do with. Padres have only got 2 here. You can add Profar onto this list as well. Just 3 re-signs though. I think they kind of run it back. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like there's anything they can really add. They've got so much already, and if they do add, it's going to be a trade. I think the Giants make a couple of like nice moves. Nothing that's like gonna put them over the top though. Brandon Drury, Jose Quintana. I know that they've been looking for their big free agent, and they're gonna get guys back and healthy again as well. You gotta think about that. Jung Ho Lee was injured last year. Their free agent signings did not work last year, so we're gonna see how they do this year. I think Seattle takes like a flyer on Jose Abreu just because of his past, but if there's anybody, and then David Bodie, I don't have this team doing anything either. Like nothing major. I don't know. Maybe a trade. The Cardinals said that they want to cut payroll this offseason, and they're not going to retain Goldschmidt. They might trade Arenado. I think they bring in Dave Scalfani to eat innings and Tim Hill to just be whatever. The Rays getting Danny Jansen feels like a fit because they could probably compete back with this too. Then Justin Turner to be a DH. They got a couple of young guys, like Camaro's going to be a stud. Rangers, I have them re-signing Eovaldi, by the way. You can put that there as well. But Alex Wood, Clayton Kershaw finally coming back to Texas. Grabs a couple of pitchers, and they'll see how it goes, because that's really kind of what hurt them last year, and they have DeGrom coming back for a full year now. we'll see. I think the Blue Jays just grab a couple of depth pieces as well. Adam Frazier, Stanek, and then Leclerc. If they don't trade pieces away, it feels like they can find a way to try to compete with what they have. They have like a nice young core again, and then Vladdy's their stud. Last but not least, kind of an interesting one because we don't know what they're going to do. The Nationals, they could go out and try to get a big ticket item. I don't see it this year. The class is not super deep, and unless they're going to try to get Soto back, then I don't really know. So Maton and Clevenger feels like the two moves they make. Let me know what you guys think about the predictions in the comments below. I'd love to hear where you guys think people like Soto are going to go. Subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. God bless.